All right, everybody, it's your main man, Anthony Brogdon. I'm talking about this mentorship and how I feel that's the answer to help out in our community, not just Black, but white too, but, in particular, the Black community with the single parent homes. I have a gentleman on the channel. I actually went to high school with this guy, and I truly admire this brother for how his career has taken shape in mentoring kids throughout the Detroit area. And I just want him to tell you a little bit about it. So go ahead, Dave Gamlin, my main man.
Well, Anthony, certainly I want to start by saying thank you for inviting me to be part of this. And it is good to see you. We do have a pretty long history. We also have a very wonderful connection through your daughter, who is part of the Midnight Golf program. So really happy about that and happy to see her success and how she's evolved. So with that said, it's been an interesting journey. I think about my original history on Wall Street, doing investments and things like that. Then I moved on to manufacturing, and then last 30 years concurrently with working, I've always been involved in helping young people and doing that in a way that I thought made a difference. First by teaching entrepreneurship for about 12 years, and then following that up with my time here at Midnight Golf, about 20 years now, believe it or not. So it's going on quite a while. And I share that because during my early years, one of the things that motivated me, or what I understood for myself, was that mentoring mattered. That when there were people who took the time to get involved in my life and give me just a little bit of direction, it really did matter. The outcomes matter. They shortened my learning curve. They helped me speed up the process. They helped me avoid mistakes. And part of the reason I'm so diligent about mentoring and inviting other people to mentor is because I also clearly recognize that there were some parts of my life, and I honestly did the best that I could, but I realize now that that really wasn't the best way to go about it, and just a little bit of mentoring would have made a big difference. And so that's part of the reason I do what I do, is to help young people avoid the pitfalls that come with not knowing what to do, giving them the encouragement that they need uh, to reach for everything that they aspire. And most of all, giving them that understanding of situations, kind of the hidden rules, things you wouldn't know unless somebody told you. They're not written in a book. It's kind of etiquettes, ways to move, ways to carry yourself. But if you didn't see it, you didn't have nobody ever told you about it, you'd never know this stuff. So that's why I think mentoring is so important. After about 10,000 young people, there's some things I can tell you for sure about mentoring. Is that it's not parenting. And I think parents are oftentimes troubled by that. There are things that you can get connected to. Well, let me make it a little clearer. Sometimes your student, your young person will come home and they'll tell you something. You're like, Mom, Mr. Gamble told me I should save my money. Now, you bought them their first piggy bank. You told them about saving money before they could hear real well. And then they'll look at you and tell you, like, "Ooh, that's the first time I heard that." And as a parent, you want to be insulted, or your feelings get hurt because I've been telling you that your whole life. And then you realize the crucial role that mentoring plays. Because oftentimes, and I'm not exactly sure why, young people don't necessarily listen to their parents. I think it's because we have the power structure is different. And I'm no different. The same thing happened with my own young people, my children. But I connected them to people who were able to play a role, who were able to provide that kind of unique insight and cared about them like I did, and had the kind of wisdom that I respected and appreciated. When my son and my daughter heard from those people, all of a sudden the light went on, and they were able to actualize some of the stuff I've been trying to tell them forever. They never listened to. And so it's as simple as that. It doesn't sound nice. It's not really a good thing necessarily, but it's the facts. Parent kids. Fresh Prince made a song about it. Parents just don't understand. Um, but for some odd reason, it seems like young people think mentors do. Their advice isn't any different typically. It just comes from a place of purity. It comes from a place of love, and hopefully, it comes from a place of understanding. They need real knowledge. They don't need just encouragement. That's important, but they need real knowledge about steps that they're going to take. So it's important at Midnight Golf that we have this wide group of mentors. Our mentors range in age from probably 25 to 70 years old plus. And a lot of people, wow, what's such a wide range? Are young people talking to older people? And The reason it's that way is because the young people have told us that's what they want. They know, you got to really respect young people in this space, at least. That's the way I feel, because they really do know what they're talking about. They know what they want. You're not tricking them. You're not getting them into anything that doesn't make sense for them. Young people know the difference between a near peer mentor who's going to tell them, about the fun things and about more topical things. And they also know very much about wisdom. And that comes typically from people who've lived a little bit, people who've done a couple of laps and have some scars and some wisdom under their belt that comes through that experience. And the young people know what that sounds like too, and they want to hear it all. And so, just in recently through Midnight Golf, we have made a program for 20 years now. Have been matching young people with. We have very young mentors who are fun, much more fun and lively than people like myself, and then seasoned mentors and everybody in between to provide that insight. We just think that it has been deeply rewarding to have been a mentor to young people and you see their lives turning out right. To be candid with you, that's really the joy for me personally, and I can reflect that that's also been the joy for a lot of.
Let me just ask a question. It's called Midnight Golf. You all do more than golf. That's just one component. Give us a quick synopsis of what you all do and the website and how people can find out more about you.
Sure. Midnight Golf is we have one of the strangest names of an after-school, non-school hour program I think there is, and so it helps that you can never forget it. But most importantly, it's not. We do not play golf at midnight. I won't bore you with how the name came into being, other than we were part of originally branded in concert or in tandem with Midnight Basketball, which was a program that was basketball at midnight. So it was a little misnomer for the beginning. We also go under Midnight Golf program as MGP. So we also go under MGP, which means making graduation possible. So it also means that for us. And now you get a little clearer about what we do. Our program is designed to help young people in high school transition to college, make sure they get there, right school, affordable, make sure they graduate from college, and then make sure that they have a job in a career that they want to be in. There's lots of people who graduate with degrees and then just start hunting for a job. We want it to all be very intentional and very connected. And so we've been doing that for more than 20 years now, work with close to 4,000 students. We have, about 1,500 active students that we work with, many of them in college, and about 250 a year that come through as high school students from a wide range of high schools all over Detroit, more than 60 different high schools just this year, all very intentional to build this incredible peer, talk about mentoring, kind of a powerful peer mentoring energy that actually is pretty helpful as well. We help them with all kinds of life skills. We don't do academic stuff necessarily, other than teaching them how to study, college level study stuff. But our stuff is around the etiquettes, those unspoken rules I talked to you about. So we're talking about dining etiquette and knowing how to shake hands and resume writing and how to develop a LinkedIn account. How do you negotiate? How do you engage people in just everyday life as a professional? How do you meet your college professor and what do you have to talk to them about? Where do you sit? How do you shake hands? Where do you put your name tag? That's part of what we teach. We also are very deeply focused on financial education. So managing money and taxes and investments and all those kinds of things that people are coming at our young people about that can offset them. And then we want to, on the deeper personal side, we want them to be able to manage their spiritual health, their emotional health, their physical health, and all the things that means. Making sure that they behave, physically in ways that's not hurtful to their bodies or to their futures and all of that kind of stuff. So all that combined is the first year program. We teach them how to be good citizens, how to be engaged civically. We take them on a college tour. This year we're going to Nashville, going to Atlanta. So they'll get to see a big part of the country, play some golf, visit some colleges, see some culture, and hopefully be shaped a little through the experience.
And the website is?
MidnightGolf.org. Really easy to find. You can Google Midnight Golf. We usually pop up first. We're always looking for donations. If this sounds interesting at all to somebody who might want to mentor, pretty significant commitment is 30 weeks, Monday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday from 5:30 to about 8:30. We're meeting right now at the Mary Grove Center in Detroit. Used to be Mary Grove College, 6 Mile, Wyoming. So you can see all this on the website. Lots of videos and news stories and things that tell the story of Midnight Golf. So hopefully folks take a second and look.
Hey, well, hey, Dave, I thank you for sharing that with us, and on a personal tip, and I'm sure all the 10,000 and 4,000 and my daughter and son who came through your program, we thank you.
Yep.
You and the founder and all of you all on the staff who volunteer and put their time up for strangers. Really, that's the end game. These are strangers that come in and you show them love day one. And that's a beautiful thing. So thanks for coming on and sharing that. We're going to blast this out, get you some money, more money, whatever. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right.